So yeah, when was the first time that you experienced that you was actually like black?
I would say primary school.
School playground.
Primary school. I wanted to say nursery, but definitely primary school, because at that age I was old enough to be more conscious of the difference.
Early age, right? About 10.
Okay, explain that situation and take us back.
Was walking home. Was out. It's not late, but I remember someone said run. I was thinking, run for what? Then I just heard these. Well, I looked back and heard these white guys shouting something, whatever they were shouting, and everyone was just saying run. And I remember a sledgehammer come past us and just went in front of us, and we just run. I'll never forget that day. That wasn't nice. That was a nice day.
I think it was like reception or year 1, being peer pressured to take out my cornrows that my hair could blow in the wind. And then crying to my white teacher to help me put the cornrows back because, yeah, it was just a madness.
And it started with small things like people commenting about my hair. They weren't accustomed to my hairstyles. And I remember one little girl, she said to me, she didn't recognise me as a black person. They weren't accustomed to the culture. They weren't accustomed to the idea of black people. They had this really small-minded village mentality.
Actually, it was so we had a neighbour. Like me and my sister used to play with one of our neighbours, and we just, kids always just play with each other, and they just see kids as kids. And she was like, I love you guys and I like to play with you guys, but I'm not allowed. My parents said I can't because you're black. And we were like, what are you talking about? And then she'd said it a few times after that. And then we was, it was really at that point, it sort of shocked us because we didn't, as far as we were concerned, we were just friends and, children don't see colour. And even the little girl that said that didn't actually see colour. It was put into her head and she was told that, obviously by, I'm guessing, her parents.
How do you feel that black culture influenced society?
Majorly. Like I saw that, obviously it's back to school now, isn't it? So you're seeing a lot of school uniform adverts. And Asda actually put a drill song in the advert, and I was quite shocked at that. I think they did the same thing last year as well. And I never thought I'd see the day a supermarket puts a drill song in their advert. I think we've majorly impacted this world. And if anything, I think the impact is growing.
Black culture has made the world the way it is, like on a level, like without the addition of black culture and the minds of black people that have expanded our resources and opened doors to the technology that we have today, the world would not be the way it is. Like, we wouldn't have what we have today. We wouldn't have, black people brought the future. Let's just put it this way. In my mind, the way people have come together, even through struggle, even from ancient times, starting with alchemy, black people have brought the whole world forward.
In terms of music, fashion, bodies.
I can see how we've gone forward and progressed and everything, and I can see that other cultures are embracing that, even following that, even imitating that, everything. But we're staying strong enough that we're more prominent now. No, I think it's been a good thing, but that's the new generation what's pushing it even further, and I believe the following generation will take it to another level. But I know we are doing great, but there's still so much more to do, so much obstacles to still get over.
Little black kids that look similar to yourself, with the cornrows and stuff, and they're making it on TV and they're doing big things and starting to get noticed in the media and stuff, and also, it's just everyone wanting or claiming some kind of blackness, and then it was actually at that point, it was like, you know what, this is, me being black is my superpower.
Superpower?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Superpower in the sense that, look, we can go back into history, for more than 400 years what went on, and without getting too deep into it, the world, society, past, present, current, and future, have tried to oppress and eradicate the black race and the black man in society. And when I actually realised, you know what, it's like, no, it's not. It's a positive thing. This is a strength being black. It's not negative. As once I did, as I once maybe, the seeds planted in your head to perceive that as a child. Another child may be saying something harmful to you, but you realise, you know what, this is my superpower.
Yeah, everything. But I guess no, politics, economics, and all of that stuff we've not really impacted on, but that's another story, I guess. That's another conversation. But yeah.
But why do you think that is, that we've not impacted on keeping up with
We just don't have that power. There's not much I can say on that other than we just don't have that power, which is unfortunate. As Dr. Umar has mentioned numerous times, there's not one black country that actually owns their economy, owns their infrastructure, which is weird to me.
Why do you think that?
Because it's like someone coming into your house and you're the maid in your own house. That's the first analogy I could think of. Like, that's literally what it's like when you look at what's going on in like Zimbabwe, Jamaica, probably other countries as well. It's literally foreigners coming in, taking over and leaving the natives on the back burner.
Is black love still black love even if you date outside your race?
Is black love still black love?
Outside of your race?
Very interesting, because I thought about this today. Because when I was younger, I thought that, you could still be an advocate for black people, and if it just so happens that you fall in love with a white man or an Arab man, then so be it. Love is colourblind, right?
It can be. It can be. I mean, just as, again, it just might be a thing where, let's say, for example, someone, a black guy loves, for example, someone outside of his race. He may previously have been with someone within his race. It might not have worked out for whatever reason. He happens to have fallen in love with someone of another race. It may have just been that he fell in love with a woman that happened to be that race, rather than it be a thing where, like, I'm directly going out of the race to fall in love with someone that's not black. I don't think that's often the case.
Of course it is. Of course. We're still, of course it's black love. Everything about us is whatever we do, whatever we express, whatever we show, it's through blackness. 100,000,000%.
Okay, so a black guy dating a white woman, that's still black love?
Yeah, 100,000,000%.
Why? How?
Because I'm black. I'm dating white girls. I'm coming from the black side. She's coming from the white side. I'm still black. Doesn't change it. If I saw someone green, whatever, I'm still coming with black love. Guaranteed.
It's just down to people, and some people, both black and white, black man, black woman can stay together for ages. Some don't. Some black and white people stay together forever. Some don't. It can still exist.
So, like, with your explanation of that, then, so what is black love?
Black love is, well, as the name suggests, is obviously two people of the same ethnicity falling in love. We asked that question, but then again, does love have a gender? Not gender. What's the word? Does love have a colour? Do you know what I mean?
But recently I'm questioning that now. I have been questioning that. Whether you really can be an advocate for black people and not even procreate with them, or, don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why I feel like that now. Like, I'll be real. I have dated outside my race. I have had relationships, particularly with a Russian man, I'm not gonna lie. And we watched the documentary on BBC Three, and it was talking about the National Front in Russia. And we got into a mad debate afterwards because he was upset, and it was Reggie Yates that conducted the whole thing. And he was basically upset that Reggie Yates went to Russia, basically trying to say, like, what did Reggie Yates expect going to Russia, filming these people? Like, of course they're going to be racist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so you have a problem with Reggie Yates documenting it, but not what he documented.
Do two black people, does it mean they love each other more than a black man would love a white woman, or vice versa, just based on that? I think it's all individuality. And talk about black love. I think if we want to go into depth about black love, let's more talk about black self-love, because it's that's a bigger issue, because we're so hell-bent on black man should be with a black woman. Why don't we more think about, okay, you know what, why don't we as how could we as a community make each other better the community, better each other's lives, enhance each other, generational wealth.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why are we even having that discussion? And that was someone that obviously wasn't very knowledgeable on like the system and racism and how it really works. Like, that's most people, I would say, wouldn't even know the definition of racism. They think that it's you N-word and this is that. It's like, no. It's so much bigger and deeper and more substantial than that.
What would you say, like, the impact of like religion has had on black people, or your black experience?
On religion? That hasn't really affected me about religion. And are you saying, if you're saying black religion?
Is there a black religion?
I hope there's not a black religion, because I hope religion should be for everyone. But you can go to some congregations and it's all black, or it might be all white. So I'm meaning, in that sense, if it's an all black congregation, I know that we're welcoming if other people want to come into and praise the Lord with us. We're open to that. But religion, that's a hard one. I don't know if religion can do more. To be more inclusive, to open up to other cultures and our culture, but to make it more inclusive. I think they're trying to do that now. I'm not saying that's not happening, and that will take time. But I think religion, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it could be better.
Well, what would you say is like the impact on religion on black people? What would you say like that is like good thing, bad thing, or what have you seen?
No, I think I haven't seen it as a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, because it gives some guidance, it gives some belief that there is a God, it gives belief, it gives structure. I just see it more as a positive thing. I haven't really seen anything negative for me to go, wow, black religion is bad and it's had a bad impact. I'll say it's the opposite. I say it's welcoming, it's open, it's warm. What I've gone through, I've never felt uncomfortable, and I'm a Christian. I was Seventh-day Adventist going to a black church, and it was warm, it was nice. Of course you have your little issues with everything, but it was nice and it was welcoming. I think that was the best thing. It was welcome to anyone.
The problem, what a lot of religion has done is it's almost taken the common sense out of people. It's like, again, it's, respect, anyone's allowed to have whatever belief system they want to have. And, they're free to think what they want. But I think what I thought with religion, it divides people too much. Which is really sad, because the actual content of what it's meant to do is actually unite and bring peace to people. But unfortunately, there's been a lot of like holy wars and divisions, and genocides and stuff based just on people's different religious beliefs?
Religion. I mean, the first thing I think of when you ask that question is that quote. And I'm not saying it verbatim, but it basically goes like this. We had the land, the resources and everything. The missionaries came over and taught us how to pray with our eyes closed. When we opened our eyes, they had the land and the resources. We had the Bible. For me, that is such a profound proverb, because that is literally what has gone on. And that's definitely something that I've raised as a conversation within my household, within my community. And some black people don't see it like that, which just goes to show how indoctrinated and how brainwashed they really are, that they don't even see it like that. But yeah.
What type of house did you come from?
Christian. I got pastors, bishops, ministers, ushers, choir directors in my family. So yeah.
Black spirituality for me is honouring our ancestors. Like, yeah, just honour them, and it's gaining the knowledge, because you need to gain the knowledge before you gain the wisdom. They've already lived the lives that we're living in the past. We're just doing it now with more technology. So yeah, it's self-empowerment and the will to learn, I think.
What would be your solution for all black people to come together?
Oh.
It's just, we're so much stronger together than apart, right? It's just it's about working together and not looking, because what you can get a lot of time in the black community is you see someone doing well, it's like, oh, he's doing well, nah man, but he should give it to me, or if not, I should take it. And I think it's about working together.
It's hard because I think this is in our genes. This goes back centuries. This goes back even to like slavery. Depends what bit of some island, small island, big island. All this is a big thing to try to change.
I think just continuing to work within black communities, like that doesn't mean excluding other communities, but just making sure that the resources that we have and that we're given, because I feel like we're given less than other people, if we can circulate that amongst ourselves and we can support each other, then like we have more of a hope. Because at a certain age, like when you're a child, say from 12 to even 25, those are the years where you're trying to find yourself and you're trying to give back to the community. But I'm finding that the community isn't giving much to us. So if we can just continue to support each other and put more money into our communities, more funding for young black people, then like there's no limitations to what we can achieve together, and for the paths that we can lay for young people to have a safe future without having to struggle for all the opportunities they get.
I'd say unity, because one thing that I think the difference between us and all the other demographics out there is unity. They keep the pound within their community, they work together, whether they like each other or not, they still work together. Like, I've even had Asians tell me this, they'll say like, within a family, we'll start businesses. We may not like each other, but we'll still pick our cousin or our friend over a next community. Do you know what I mean? Like a next person. So, yeah, I think we've got a long way to go. Education as well. A lot of us don't even know about that sort of stuff. We don't talk about that sort of stuff. Like growing up, that wasn't conversations that were held in my household. I had to go out and learn about these things. Whereas with a lot of other demographics, they're taught this from a young age, do you know what I mean? So it kind of just comes naturally once they go out into the adult world and start working for themselves. Yeah, but then again, I have spoken to black people where they have grown up with those conversations, but there's not many of them. Not many of them.
I do believe the youth now are changing that, because it's not even about what I can gather about where you come from in the sense of Caribbean, whatever. When there's unity, we're all one. We don't, it's not about if you're African or Caribbean. When we're all one together, we're together. And that's the next generation, what's going to push that through, and that's going to follow on to the new generation on top of that. That's where the changes we'll see. It's still got a long way to go, as I said, but it's in the pipeline, it's in the process of getting there.
Striving for, like I was saying, this is our superpower, so actually putting our superpower to use.
Like Black-owned Hackney or something. Like, there's a lot of events in London now where you can come and you can showcase your talent and people will come and support you. So I feel like maybe more things like those, more festivals, more community discussions, because we have places like Poets Corner, you've got the town centres. Like, if people maybe didn't use it so much for causing a scene and causing trouble, if we used it to educate and uplift each other, then we'll continue to grow, and our strength as a community will continue to grow.
There's nothing that we can't do that, there's, you can be doctors, lawyers, actors, anything, with this day and day, in this generation, the world's our oyster.
Embrace yourself, not just for your race, but for your spirit as an individual. I feel like that's the only way to overcome this race barrier that's being put between us and other people. Just overcome the race and empower yourself, and remember where you come from, empower your community. As long as you give back, everything will just circulate, and I think that's the way for us to move forward. Just don't give up. Power to the people, innit?
Know thyself. Very important. And love yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because this world don't love us. So, love yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot more I can say, but I'm trying to keep it concise. But yeah, know thyself and love thyself will probably be the most important. And then from there, you know how to navigate this world, navigate this system, navigate it. Do you know what I mean?
My last quote is, be black and proud, and feel it, because we are black and we are proud, and we should always stay proud. Don't let anyone take that away from us.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Rochester and I'm an actor and entrepreneur.
Alright, roll one, guess. Dear Alex, take one.
My name is Kay Abel. I'm an actor, singer, model.
Roll one, guess I did take two.